Hey guys, Character here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the 9-dan Henkei DX Kyu The Weapon from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Though for the remainder of the review I'll be referring to this as the Kyu's weapon because that rolls off the tongue better. This is the main sidearm of the Kyurangers, which has 9 different modes, one for each ranger. This set includes 4 things, 3 parts, and 1 Cutomer. So, let's get started. First we'll look at the included Cutomer, which is the Bow and Kyo Cutomer. This is Cutomer 20 and is based on Telescopium, the telescope. So you can see the number on the sticker here. Then the orb, which is done in a clear light blue. On both sides you can see the partial image. And if we might want to slide it, that creates the full image of a telescope with stars around it. Then you have the pins on the bottom. And the back there. Next we can use the Bow and Kyo Cutomer with the Seiza Blaster. So, we'll set it. We'll start off with the change mode. Now because this isn't a transformation Cutomer, it did not say the name at the end. For the non-transformation Cutomer, they act similarly to the Guardian Judenchi from Kyuranger in that they give extra powers based on the different things that they are based off of. So, we can then use the attack mode. And so for that, seeing as this is based on a telescope, this would most likely either let the user see very far or get a lock on an opponent. We can do the go mode. Next, the control mode, though for all non-transmission Cutomer, it'll make the same sound when using control mode. I won't be showing off the super attack or the docking mode because those make the same sound no matter which Cutomer you use. Next we'll move on to the Kyu's weapon itself, which is divided into 3 parts, labeled Part A, Part B, and Part C respectively. Part A is cast in silver, has gold plastic running along the front and back, and see some molded details on the sides. It also has a clear blue blade, with glitter injected in the mold to give it a nice look of outer space with a bunch of stars in it, which has a very nice effect. You also got a couple of dots going into it that also resemble stars that are connected by a line. For this part, you can take the upper part and rotate it around to have it bend 90 degrees like so. Next is part B, which is cast in black, with once again gold running through the center. See a lot more detail on the sides. And this one has 2 blades, one each side, that are identical. These have the same effect as the one on part A, and also have a pair of stars connected by some lines. And for these, you can bend them either forward or back. And there's the connection point up top. And finally we have part C, which is the core of it, since this has all of the electronic lights and sounds. This is cast in metallic red, with some gold and silver paint on it. You can see some details running throughout. It's got 2 attachment ports, one on the top and one on the front. You also have a Cutomer port on the back, which has a star-shaped border. And this doesn't work on the pin system of the Seizo Blaster, rather putting on a Cutomer will just depress this button, which will set into special attack mode. Then you have 2 release buttons on the side, which go in like so. On the front you have the speaker, and this place here where you'll get the LED. On the back you have the on-off switch, as well as the battery compartment. This takes 2 AAA batteries, or rather 3 AAA batteries. You just need a pin to open it up. Then down here we have an extendable kind of spear part or blade, which is again soft plastic. It's clear blue and has glitter injected into the mold. So, to get started, we'll turn it on. We'll give you a confirmation line sound that is like the one in the Seizo Blaster. So, on its own, you'll get a basic attack sound. And pressing and holding it will cycle through the different modes for the weapon. But I will go through them as we get to them. So, for the first mode, I want to take part B and attach it to the top of part C. Then, take part A and attach it to the top of part B. That gives you Shishi Red's weapon, the Q Sword. This is the only mode that uses all 3 parts, and as you can see, all of them are connected through the middle by this gold. And you can also see that the blade on part A lines up with the left blade on part B, and the lines are connected, giving a look that's similar to stars connected to form a constellation. So, pulling the trigger will get you a basic attack sound. You can also see the light and a pattern in the center. And for this, you can use any Cutomer to activate the special attack, but since I have their respective Cutomer, I will use them. So, we'll bring in the Shishi Cutomer and set it here. And after this, you'll go back to the basic attack sound. And also basically locks the Q's weapon into that mode, as if you press hold the trigger again, it will go back to the special attack standby phase. I'll remove the Cutomer. And for the next mode, I'll attach or detach part B from part C by pressing and holding these 2 tabs and pulling it off. Then do the same thing for part A. And then attach part A to part C here. And extend this part out from the bottom. And now you have Sasori Orange's weapon, the Q Spear, which has the blade up here, and then basically what's supposed to be an extended pole down at the bottom. Obviously it's short here, but in the show it gets a lot longer, so that this can become a 2-handed weapon. Pressing here you'll get the basic attack sound. Then we'll bring in the Sasori Cutomer for the special attack. For the next mode, take off part C and place part B onto the front with the screws facing up. Then fold up the 2 blades. And next we have Okami Blue's weapon, the Q Claw, where you can see the blades form a pair of claws on the front. Got the basic attack sound. And the special attack. For the next mode, take off part B and flip it around. Then straighten out the blades. And you now have 10 being Gold's weapon, the Q crossbow. Got the basic attack sound. And the special attack. For the next mode, take off part B and attach it to the top. Next you have OG Black's weapon, the Q axe. So, have the basic attack. And the special attack. For the next mode, take off part B, put part A back on the top, and rotate this around. Extend this from the bottom. And next you have Hibitskai Silver's weapon, the Q sickle. So, of course, you have the basic attack, and the special attack. For the next mode, detach part A and flip it around. And next you have Chameleon Green's weapon, the Q rapier. So, you have the basic attack and the special attack. For the next mode, just fold this back up. And you have Washi Pink's weapon, the Q-Shot, which is basically just part C on its own. Though it does a decent enough job looking like some kind of a laser pistol. So you have the basic attack. And the special attack. For the final mode, put back on part A to part C and straighten this out. And you have Kajiki Yellow's weapon, the Q Slasher. So this is basically a knife in comparison to Shishi Red's sword. You have the basic attack. And the special attack. And after that, it'll cycle back to the Q Sword. And there we go. Overall, I really like the Q's weapon, as it's a great example of a self-contained toy with a lot of different playability. It reminds me of the Jizaiken Kiba from Gingaman, also known as the Trans Dagger from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, which was another single weapon that could transform into a different mode for each ranger. And it just is a very cool idea because I do like the idea of Rangers having their own weapons, and this makes things a little bit easier in terms of the scaling, and in terms of being able to sell something, just because it's a single mode with different weapons, instead of, or rather a single weapon with different modes, instead of one of those combiner weapons where the individual weapons kind of suffer a lot more because of it. Now obviously these aren't in scale to their Inkiao counterparts, but each one does a very good job of representing the different modes. And I like how it's pretty easy to cycle through different sounds and lets you have a different attack sound for each of the different modes. It also comes with a new Cutomer, and even though it did show using the individual Cutomers for its special attacks, you can activate the special attack in any mode using any Cutomer, so you could technically get all of the functionality right out of the box using the parts here and the included Cutomer. So, if you like multi-mode weapons, or you're just looking for a good roleplay weapon for the Kyurangers, this is something that I can definitely recommend picking up. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Kyureno. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or comment, and subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.